If you just found out about Amazon FBA, you probably want to know, how do you find profitable products to sell on Amazon? Today, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to do a product research. I'm going to be using my favorite tool, and I'm also going to be recording all the different products that I find here. And this is actually an idea vault. I'll be showing you guys some of the products that I've found in the past doing product research here. I'm also going to be showing you guys my checklist, everything I look for in a product to sell on Amazon, as well as a scorecard on how I decide whether I want to actually sell that product. We're going to be going over the latest trends of what are the most profitable products. We're going to be talking about the most high demand products to sell on Amazon. We're going to be going over everything. And so there's 7 different methods that I'm going to use, 7 different product research methods. These are the ways that you can find profitable products to sell on Amazon. And before I share all 7 of these different methods, make sure to smash that like button if you haven't yet already. So let me go over the different ways of selling on Amazon. So the first one is the best sellers method. And if you guys watch this channel, you probably already know this, but like one of the coolest things about Amazon is they actually show you what the best selling products are in every category. But there's a secret here. You don't want to just look at like what's the best selling product in kitchen and dining and copy this. What you want to do is go into these subcategories. The riches are in the niches. So if I go into home and kitchen, yeah, there's all these different products. But if instead I look at something like, let's say, home decor, and I'm just making this up as we go, we can see, well, interesting. This is kind of cool. So it's a gift for moms. And so it's an interesting, like, mom's last nerve. Oh, look, it's on fire. Like, that's funny. So this can start to give us ideas of products to sell. Anyways, we'll go into detail later. I'll show you how to actually use this method. Cerebro, it's a tool from Helium 10. I don't talk about often on this channel, but very, very powerful tool that'll basically just give you products to sell. Black Box, another powerful tool that'll give you products to sell on Amazon. There's also the keyword method, and this is the magnet tool. You can use the this is actually how I found. If you guys watch this channel a lot, you're probably sick of me talking about this. Carnivore electrolytes, I use the magnet tool to find it. When you type in a keyword here, it'll tell you how many times per month people are searching for different keywords. In this case, it's carnivore, and it's 7,000 times per month. But then it also gives you related keyword phrases. You can go in here, you can sort by the Magnet IQ score, and I use this tool to find my product, Carnivore Electrolytes. Yeah, Carnivore Electrolytes. Wow, the search volume is now 18,000 per month. When I first started my Carnivore Electrolytes product, it was like 2,000 or 1,000. So next up is the Amazon search method. And this method, we can actually use the Amazon search bar. And as you start to type things in, let's say we put the letter T, it'll show you the most common things people are searching for with the letter T. But then let's say I did TA, it'll say the most common things that start with the letter TA. And so we can look at these and we're gonna get some ideas. That's actually how I found my product berberine tea. I used the search bar method, and this method's free. So the Helium 10, I'll explain how you can get a free account in just a little while. But with Helium 10, generally, like, to unlock all the features, you do need to pay. Later in this video, we're gonna go over the trends, and we're gonna also talk about my favorite method. With that being said, before we get into actually doing product research, before I show you how to do the best-selling method, that'll be the first method that we actually go live and find products live with. And remember, today we're gonna find a product that for the next 7 days, I'm gonna turn into a real product. So this actually matters. If I can't find a product today, that means that everything else fails. So the pressure is on. I gotta find a great product to sell today, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, another thing, just to let you guys know, is after I spend about an hour, hour and a half doing product research, I'm gonna have some of my team members come on and show you how they do product research. So we're gonna have Connor come in next, and then Cam come in next. And they're both coaches for the Passion Product Formula. And obviously in the next hour, I'm gonna show you how to do product research. I'm gonna show you some real cool methods. But at the same time, if you really wanna learn everything, all the secrets, that's what the program is for. And I'll actually show you one of the handouts that we give in the program is this, the product research checklist. And you also get access to the product research scorecard. And I'll show you both those right now. So the checklist, these are the things that you want to look for when you're selling a product on Amazon. So anytime I'm selling something on Amazon, I want to know what makes my product unique. And when we look at carnivore electrolytes, think about this for a second. What makes this product different than all of these other ones? And in this case, it's branding for one, it's a premium product, and it is very much specifically marketed towards people on the carnivore diet. The way that Amazon works, this is one of the most important things, is it's a search engine. People go to Amazon, they search for exactly what they want to buy, and then they're shown a bunch of search results. And they're gonna pick the product that best matches what they want to buy. In this case, if you're on the carnivore diet, you're gonna pick carnivore electrolytes. Why? Because it's the only one that's specifically marketed towards people on the carnivore diet. And if you want, we'll probably put a link down below to carnivore electrolytes. So that's how Amazon works. It's a search engine, and you want your product to be special and unique, and it doesn't have to be mind-blowingly different. The only thing different between this product and this product right here is that the branding. Ours is unflavored, doesn't have any sugar, doesn't have any artificial sweeteners, so it's actually works for people on the carnivore diet. So then, similar, is it better than the competition? Yeah, carnivore electrolytes is better than the competition. Why is it better? Because it is specifically, for someone that's on the carnivore diet, it's the only one that's really carnivore friendly. When you're looking for ideas to sell, you also want to ask yourself, is this brandable? Can you create a brand around this? And look, your product that you're going to sell on Amazon doesn't need to have all of these. That's where the scorecard comes in. I'll show you later how to use this. Does your product have the potential to go viral? Now, a lot of my products maybe aren't the most viral products. Is this something that people will see and want to buy? Is it something that people would want to share on social media? And then you can rate it from 1 out of 10 using the product scorecard. 1 being something super generic, 10 being, fidget spinners. Remember fidget spinners were super viral? Now with TikTok Shop, this is even more important because TikTok Shop, if you guys don't know, I still think Amazon's number 1, but TikTok Shop is a great supplemental way to sell products online. And the way that TikTok Shop works is you give TikTokers, you give them affiliate commission of every product they sell. And we're actually selling carnivore electrolytes on TikTok. And so I would say that carnivore electrolytes is a little bit viral because the carnivore diet is viral. Is it easy to ship? You don't want to sell things on Amazon that are going to easily break, obviously. And ideally you want something that's lightweight. Under a pound is always recommended, but sometimes you can break the rules. I have a lot of people that have broken the rules and still had a lot of success. Next question is it a premium product? Can you sell your product for more than the competition? I never want to compete on price. I always want to be the most premium brand out there. I've seen other people that try to compete on price, and that's just not for me, to be honest with you. And the reason why is, let's say with carnivore electrolytes, let's say I wanted to be the cheapest product out there. You know what? Right now, it's actually pretty affordable, but this one's a little bit cheaper. Okay, this is the way it works. This product cost me $7 to make, and I'm selling it for $37.97. When you subtract out the FBA fees, the Amazon selling fee, everything like that, I think I'm making like 50% margins. I'm making like $20 per unit I sell. Now, if I were to sell this for $25, that would mean that I'm only making, what is that, like $5 per unit that I sell? So by doubling the price, it actually quadruples, 4x's the amount of profit that I'm making. And if the price was cut in half, I wouldn't be getting 4 times as many sales. You always want to sell a premium product because you're going to make more profit. And it's not that hard to make a premium product. It's all about branding. Does your product have reorder potential? Ideally, is it consumable? But consumable doesn't just have to mean that you eat it. It could be like a beauty product, something you put on your skin that you use up and you have to get over and over again. But you want something that once someone buys it once, they're gonna buy it over and over again. So we're gonna go through the rest of the checklist really quickly, and then I'm gonna start going live and showing you how I find products. Are influencers likely to promote it? Especially with TikTok Shop, this is so important. Is it profitable? You wanna have at least a 3x profitability, meaning if you buy it for $10, you can sell it for $30. However, 4x is even better, meaning you buy it for $10, you sell it for $40. Mine, what's the number there? 37.97 divided by 7. I've got a 5.4x markup on my product. Is your product easy to manufacture? Carnivore electrolytes, you know what? There's not a lot of manufacturers that can do it, but my manufacturer can. My first product ever, Performance Nut Butter over there, that product was a pain in the butt to manufacture. There was only like 1 manufacturer in the United States that could do it or that would do it for me. What is the potential market and how many people would potentially buy that? Now, carnivore electrolytes is kind of small. It's kind of niche. Performance Nut Butter is a good example of a product that potentially everybody would buy it just because it's a premium food. Where carnivore electrolytes is so specifically branded that it's probably not going to ever be like widely adopted. I usually like to sell products that have low competition? Is it a growing trend? And let me show you guys something cool. You can use Google Trends if you don't know about this. It's a very powerful tool. Carnivore diet. Let's look at the carnivore diet. It'll show you how often people are searching for things in Google, which isn't the same as Amazon. But I found carnivore electrolytes maybe somewhere around here, and you can see it was a growing trend. It might be kind of dying now, actually. Who knows? But in general, when I launched it, I saw that it was a growing trend. I'm hoping that it continues to grow. Is it an evergreen product? Is it something... I try to avoid seasonal products. Why? Because people only buy them, you know, like 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. I wouldn't sell Christmas decorations. Yeah, and then is there search volume? That's where this magnet tool comes in. I always try to sell products that people are actually searching for on Amazon. And you always want to sell a product that is priced above $15 and below $85. So with that being said, drum roll, let's get into it and let's start doing some product research here. So let's go into the Amazon bestsellers. So let's talk about what some of my favorite categories to sell in are. I'm a big fan of beauty and personal care. We'll talk about the trends later, but that's a very trendy product category right now. The next one that we'll talk about is health and household. That's where a lot of supplements are. There's also grocery and gourmet foods. I sell a lot of food type products. Why? It's consumable. It's made in the USA. Guys, we talked about the Trump tariffs. I've done some videos on that now. If you want to win with the Trump tariffs, sell products that are made in the US. I like pet supplies. That's another consumable. You're not consuming it. Your dog's consuming it. I also like baby products. Baby products are always good. Now, I'm going to start with health and household, because that's like one of my favorite categories. Let's go into diet and sports nutrition. So I've done this before. You guys can see out of the top 8 best-selling products, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 8 of them, or 4 out of the top 8 are actually electrolyte powders. And so something you can do is, let's look here. Let's look at these sticks. What you can do, if you guys don't know this and you've been watching my channel, I'm about to blow your mind. You can find out how much any product on Amazon is making. Let's do it live together. All right, so this is number 5 in health and household. We're then gonna go to the Jungle Scout sales estimator. We're gonna choose the marketplace, which is United States, choose the category health and household, enter the rank, boom, 5. So that product is selling 273,000 units per month. We then have to multiply it by the price here. So we have times 2159. Let's get rid of that. And this will tell us how much in revenue that product is making. So almost $6 million. Look at that. Yeah, almost $6 million per month this product is making, which is insane. So that's just to show you how much money you can make selling products on Amazon. $6 million per month. It's probably doing $2 to $3 million in profit. All right, let's say that we wanted to sell a new type of electrolyte powder. This is what I would do. I would go into the magnet tool. I'm gonna type in electrolytes. Now, the next thing that I do, we see 200,000 people are searching for electrolytes per month. What I do is I go down here, magnet IQ score. Oh, before I go any further, I do wanna remind you guys, I'm gonna be using helium-10 a lot. There's a link down below in the description. If you want to get helium-10, I've never seen them offer this big of a discount code. Is that true? At least they haven't in a very long time. 35% off for 6 months. So yeah, link down below in the description. Use my link, get 35% off for 6 months. You can also just sign up for a free account. But if you want to unlock all the features, you need the paid account. And now we're just going to find other products. Okay, hydrogen water tablets. Let's look at this. All right, I'm gonna skip the sponsored products. Yeah, okay, so hydrogen water tablets, there's actually only one product. No, there's 2. I saw this one and it was very obvious. Like, this is super well branded because it's hydrogen tablets, very obvious what it is. Yeah, they already have this covered. Though this product's new. Let's see how well they're doing. Okay, and another way to find out how much any product on Amazon is making is using the helium-10 Chrome extension. So we're gonna go here. Actually doesn't have the revenue. It may just be a brand new product. Honestly, even though there is some competition, let's see. I'll put this as a potential idea, but it's not my favorite one. There is some competition, but I think this is the only person that's actually doing a good job. Like, look, he's only got 10 reviews, but he's number 1 because it's so obvious like what his product is. He even shows it in action there. That's very well done. So we're gonna add this to the scorecard or to the idea vault here. Let's keep going here. Baja Gold. Baja Gold might be a brand name. Yeah, Baja Gold. And you never want to sell. So this will H2 tab. That's interesting. Liquid Death. This will sometimes show brand names, and obviously that's a dead end. Like Jupil Hydration, we're not going to sell anything, Jupil Hydration. Let's go to page 2. Oh, something I want to show you guys before we go any further with that. The other day I actually did find a new product that I haven't talked about here on this channel, and I want to show you guys that product. You'll see Cam later found an idea for a product called clove water. I was like, okay, if clove water is an idea, I was going through here and I was trying to find out what else we could sell related to cloves. So clove, let's see if we go to the Magnet IQ score here. Clove tea. So over the next, search volume 10,000 searches per month. Over the next 7 days, if I can't find a product in the next hour, this is gonna be the product that I use. I'm gonna show you live how I create this product. It's got over 10,000 searches, and what's cool about this is the kind of product we're looking for. When we go to Amazon and we search clove tea, all right, well, we got this here, clove tea, right? But this is clove tea with black tea. And I don't drink, I sometimes drink caffeine. I'm not like religious about it, but I avoid caffeine. So if I wanted to get clove tea, I would not want this kind of product. I would want, and the same here, like clove and black tea. And this is just like cloves, but this isn't really like for tea. So like there's all these different products and there's no premium product here. So people type in clove tea, there's 10,000 people a month looking for it, and look at no freaking clove tea. This is what I'm talking about. This is a winner. Boom. We already found one product. So I'm gonna put this to put it right here. One thing I recommend when you join my program and you find out how we do product research, which I'm showing you guys some of the methods right now, you write down all your products here and then you give them all a score. And then once you've given them all a score, you pick the best one. So let's go over the scorecard live right here. So I'm gonna make a copy of this, duplicate, and we're gonna call this clove tea, because we're gonna make a score for clove tea. So how unique is this product? I mean, we can debate this. I'm gonna give it a 9, because maybe even a 10, because there's nothing else on Amazon that is exactly what I'm looking at, clove tea. How much better is it than the competition? Honestly, it's a 10 because nothing else is what I'm talking about. How brandable is it? All right, it's maybe a 7. This could be higher, but selling clove tea is not the most brandable thing in the world. How viral is this product? I'd actually give it an 8. I think that there is viral. I've seen that this has been going viral. In fact, let's look, because any kind of product like this, let's look at this here. Yeah, look at that. It's been popping off recently. Let's go. Even in the last 1 year, it had way less search volume. It peaked out at like 24,000. Clove tea is where it's at. But let's keep going here. Okay, we're going on the scorecard. Is it easy to ship? Yeah, it's super easy. It's gonna be I love tea because it's so lightweight. It's not breakable. It's very easy to ship. How premium? Oh, I was actually supposed to be putting all this stuff in here. I messed up. Hold on. Reorder. No, how premium is your product? I'd say at least an 8. It's not the most premium thing, but we can make it pretty premium. Reorder potential, 9. They're gonna have to consume it and reorder. Influencers likely to promote, 9. Like I think we can get a lot of influencers to promote. Profitability, teas are not always as profitable as I'd like them to be. I'd say a 7. Ease of manufacturing, very easy. I already have a manufacturer for this, and we can find more. Barrier to entry, now, okay, this is a problem. I'd say 5. There's nothing stopping other people from doing this. How big is the potential market? 8. This is like something I could see spreading quite wide. How much competition is there? So 10 means there's like no competition. Is it a growing trend? I'd say it's like 8 out of 10, like it's definitely growing. Is it evergreen or seasonal? I'd say it's pretty evergreen, 8. And then search volume is like a 10. So look at this. This is definitely amazing product. We won already. To be fair, I did find this the other day. So let's keep going. Let's keep looking and see if we can find an electrolyte powder. See if we can find a product for you. Another thing that I would do here, actually, like as I'm talking about this, I might even just do this live with you guys, is if I just typed in tea and I typed in get keywords. So I'll go through here in a little bit too, and we'll see if we can find another tea product. But I think first, so I'm not jumping around too much, let's stay here, see if we can find any electrolyte powders. Now, products that have such a high magnet IQ score, oftentimes it's a lot of brand names. So a lot of times it's not until like page 2 or 3 that things actually start to get interesting. So something that if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know about this, I talk about here a lot, creating a passion product. You want to create a product that you're actually passionate about. That's why I sell supplements and like healthy food and different things like that, because I believe in it. So we've talked about the bestseller, we've talked about Cerebro, Black Box. I have a lot of other videos where I talk about that, the keyword method, Amazon search method. Really quickly, maybe we'll talk about the trend report later in this live. I'll definitely share with this in people that join. I'll share this with people that join the Passion Products formula. But 18 high demand products and trending products to sell in 2025. So here's some different category electronics. They're saying surge protectors, shoes, acne patches. I think there's something there, like acne in the beauty and personal care. That's kind of interesting. Kitchen. Whey protein powders, writing tablets. The whey protein powder is already pretty saturated. Cat litter. I'm sure if someone hasn't done it yet, someone's going to do like a more organic, more sustainable cat litter. Pest control, you know, all these different things. Yeah, so I'm gonna have Connor come down here when he gets a chance. So my favorite method for finding products, you know, there's a reason why I call it the Passion Product Formula. Ideally, when you're finding products, you want to find something that you're passionate about. Like carnivore electrolytes, I tried out the carnivore diet and I went to Amazon and I typed in electrolytes for carnivore diet, and that's how I found that. So you always want to find things that you're passionate about, but then check with the magnet tool, check to make sure that it actually makes sense. So we got Connor right here. Connor is going to show you how he does product research. So come on down.
All right. We're about to dive into some real product research, picking up exactly where Travis left off here, and diving into some more strategies. And specifically, I want to talk about how we found the idea for our latest product. And this is showing you how we actually dove in and did the product research to find the product that we're going to be launching live with you guys across the next 7 days here. So if you guys have been following along with Travis's channel, you might have seen several of the recent products we've launched. One of those being Carnivore Electrolytes, which is an electrolyte powder for the carnivore diet. We launched that product back last March, so almost, I would say 14, 15 months ago. That product has started doing very well. That product is targeted towards the carnivore diet. So we're riding the trend that the carnivore diet is big right now. The carnivore diet is the thing. It's what everybody is doing. Similar to how the keto diet was big and Travis was able to ride that trend with keto nut butter, or performance nut butter, which targeted the keto diet. Now we can see the carnivore diet is what's rising right now. So that product has done super well. We're doing over $100,000 a month with that product, selling it on Amazon, launching it just a little bit over a year ago. And off of that success, just a few months ago, we launched Carnivore Jerky. Now, Carnivore Jerky is also doing well. And just to pull up a little bit about how these products are doing, we can take a look at Carnivore Electrolytes right here. We can see this product right here is doing over 1,000 sales a month. It's $37, so $38 basically. So you guys can do the math. 1,000 times 38 equals $38,000 a month, and that's from this one variation. That's not even including our lemon flavor, and we actually sell probably more like 1,800 than 1,000, but this is just showing you your bare bones estimate. If we had the Helium 10 tool right here, we'd be able to see how much this product is doing as well. And then just taking a look at our latest launch, Carnivore Jerky, which came out just around 2 months ago, or less than 2 months ago, honestly. And we can see that this product is doing over $300 in sales per month at $20. So this product is bringing us over $6,000. It's actually more like $13,000 if you add everything up. So we're doing around $13,000 a month selling this product that we launched very recently. And we think we can even do a lot better with that product as well. So by seeing these two products, we can see the carnivore diet is really big right now. And so something that's really cool to be able to see is Google Trends. And Google Trends will basically show you what are the biggest trends that are being searched for right now. Google has access to so much data as it's the #1 search engine in the world, so they can see what people are searching for and see trends as they happen. So for instance, right now the NBA playoffs are happening. So let's look up NBA and see. We want to go ahead and move this over to the past 12 months so we can see the trend, but we can see it's the playoffs right now. Searches for the NBA, they're peaking right now. So this is really cool. And we could even back this up further and we could go past 5 years or even from 2004 present. to see this. So we can see each year where the playoffs happen, interest peaks and it drops back down, it peaks again, it drops back down, and this is the ebbs and flow. So I want to turn our attention real quick to the carnivore diet to show you a little bit behind the scenes. So if you think you have an idea that might be trending, we can actually back it up. So I didn't mean to do carnivore jerky, let's go ahead and do carnivore diet. And we're looking at past 5 years, we can see every single year the carnivore diet start building until even this past January, it had the biggest peak of all. Now it's fallen down a little bit, but January tends to be a peak as people are doing their New Year's resolutions. They're ready to start a new diet. They're ready to get moving with some of these things. So this, we can see, is an up and coming trend. And just to compare it real quick, so we have something to compare it to, let's look up keto diet as well, so we can see how that compares. And we can see that around January 2024, the carnivore diet actually overtook the keto diet in popularity, which is pretty massive because the keto diet was pretty dang big. And if we back this up to 2004, we can see how the keto diet had a huge peak. So even though the carnivore diet's peaking right now, it's still got a lot more room to grow. Now back here, this is where Travis was launching Performance Nut Butter, which was that nut butter that was targeting those people on the keto diet. He capitalized on this success, and so we were able to see the carnivore diet coming up here. Now, we have this knowledge. We know that the carnivore diet is rising thanks to Google Trends, and we've launched 2 successful products that already show that we can actually turn this into something substantial and a business on Amazon. But I want to dive a little bit further and go back over to Helium-10. Now, if you guys haven't signed up for Helium-10 yet, make sure you go ahead and do that, h10code.com, so you can follow along with us today and find products alongside us. It's one thing to watch, it's another thing to actually take action. Helium-10 does cost a little bit of money to sign up. However, we're giving you guys the best deal on the internet in order to get onto Helium-10. And not only that, it's probably one of the best investments you can make in the journey. The product launch and the product research is the thing that this is the biggest mistake that people make, right? You're talking about launching a business, putting thousands of dollars onto inventory, putting money into branding, putting time into investment. So it only makes sense to spend a little bit of money to make sure the idea that you're putting all these resources behind is a good one. And so Helium-10 is one of the best returns on investment, especially if you follow along with a video like this one right now that we're doing live and helping you guys go through this. So if you guys want to follow along with me, I recommend h10code.com. You can go ahead and get signed up. That's just h10code.com. I'll put it in here so you guys make sure you have it, h10code.com. Literally just go to this link right now. It will load for a second. Oh, that did not work. You can try the HTTP. Make sure to go HTTP. I'll put this in the chat real quick because I know that could be a little bit tricky to go to. h10code.com. You can get the best deal available on the internet. Anyways, back to the video. We're going to go over to the magnet tool. If you guys were tuned in earlier, you saw Travis working on the magnet tool, showing you guys how this works. And if you guys missed out, if you're joining now, just to tell you a little bit how it works, the magnet tool, you'll put in a keyword. You can start out with anything, an interest you have, a hobby you have, an idea that you thought of a product. And the magnet tool is going to give you the data for that specific keyword. It's going to tell you how many people are searching, it's going to show you the competition, and it's going to show you the sales needed. But what it's also going to do is it's going to show you all of the relevant keywords that have any sort of relevancy to that main keyword that you put in. So if I put in carnivore diet, which I'm about to do in a second, it's going to show me all of the keywords that are possibly related to the carnivore diet that people are searching for. And it's going to show me a bunch of information on that. So we're going to go in here and we're going to search carnivore diet, as I just said, and we're going to press get keywords. Now, for the sake of time, I did this just a couple days ago, and I'm just going to load from history because it can take a little bit of time for this thing to load and to run through. Now, once we're here, we're going to put a couple filters on. Now, Travis walked through these a second ago, but I'm going to show you specifically how I do my filters on the magnet tool. The first thing is search volume. I'm looking for a search volume of at least 300. That means 300 people are searching for this keyword every single month. Anything less than 300 just isn't worth my time. It's not going to get enough sales. Now, the thing about selling a product on Amazon is that you rank for multiple keywords. We'll be looking for a starter keyword to start off on, but for instance, take this iPhone right here. You could search for iPhone and find it. You could search iPhone 13 and find it. You could search Apple phone. These are all different keywords that this product specifically would rank for on Amazon. So just because the keyword only has 300, that's a good starting place, but no, that's not the total search volume that you'll be getting for this product. But that's getting off on a little tangent, so let's get back to here. So 300 search volume. The second filter we want to put in is for the Magnet IQ score. And for here, we want the Magnet IQ score to be at least 3 times the search volume. The Magnet IQ score is essentially showing you what the competition is for the product relative to the search volume. So The bigger the number is relative to the search volume, the less competition there is, and we look for numbers that are at least 3 times higher, but it's completely relative. So I don't know why this went down to 298, but we'll go back to 300 there, and we're gonna put this Magnet IQ score at 900 because 900 is 3 times 300. Great. Now, this is really much all of the filters we're gonna start out with. We're gonna start out with these right here, and we're gonna go ahead and hit apply filters. Now, the other thing is that your dashboard will probably look like this to begin with. It's gonna be pretty complicated. You see all these numbers right here, but if this is your first time doing product research, I recommend don't start out with this dashboard because it's gonna be so confusing. So if you're following along, here's what I'd recommend doing. And again, I recommend you follow along. Check out that link. You can get signed up right now. The best deal that you will ever have to get started on Helium 10. We'll go up here and we'll press customize. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and uncheck all these. We can leave keyword sales if we want to, but just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to remove everything except for literally these 3 numbers here: Magnet IQ score, search volume, and CPR. And look how much this cleaned it up. These are the numbers that are the most relevant. This is what's gonna really help us find ideas that are gonna crush it. So I've already explained to you search volume. I've explained Magnet IQ score. So this 3rd number right here is the thing that's left to explain. And the CPR right here is how many sales you need in an 8-day period in order to rank on the first half of the first page on Amazon. So for Carnivore Diet itself, we need 46 sales in an 8-day period in order to rank on the first half of the first page. So if we do that math, we need about a little bit between 6 to 7 sales a day in order to rank on the first half of the first page. So for a beginner selling on Amazon, this I would say is too competitive to go as your main keyword. That's a lot to ask for. Typically, I'm looking for numbers of the CPR that are below 25. That way, as a beginner, I know that I can get 25 sales in my first week on Amazon from friends and family, from doing a launch group, and things that we'll discuss in the course if you guys join. We talk about this in depth, and also further on this live in some brief detail. But of course, if you want the full story of how to do a great launch week, make sure to sign up for the course because that's what we talk about. We help you have great launches on Amazon. So just to start scrolling down on these keywords here. Now, there's a few things we have to keep in our mind. Number 1, we're looking for this Magnet IQ score to be at least 3 times the search volume. Again, it's all relative, so there will be some that show up that do not meet that. The second thing is we have to filter out brand names. For instance, if we see Nike over here, we can't create a Nike product. Nike is a brand name. That's their brand. So we cannot target that as a keyword, especially our main keyword. So we're gonna have to keep this in mind as you're going through. Epic is a brand right here. So we can't target Epic as a keyword, even though the fundamentals, 16x right here in the Magnet IQ score to the search volume, that's a really great fundamental, but it's a brand name. So we can't go for that. So let's keep scrolling and see what we see. I see raw butter grass-fed. This is so interesting. Look at this right here. 350 people searching for this a month, and it's got almost 3,500 as a Magnet IQ score. So 10 times and the CPR of 8. So it only needs 1 sale a day in order to rank on that first half of the first page. So let's click this button right here and we can go ahead and open up to see what is going on here for this listing. Now we see grass-fed ghee, unsalted butter. Okay, is this grass-fed? It is grass-fed. So you do have some competition here, but these first ones are marketed as ghee. You know, I will say some of these you look at the searches and then you just know they're not. You always have to give it the eye test. Actually look at the listings here. This probably isn't a product I would launch just because I could imagine that launching our own butter is a little bit more complicated. And I also do see a lot of products here, even though they're marketed as ghee. I'm sure we could come in here with a carnivore butter maybe and hit a little bit more on the carnivore diet, but this just won't be the best product for us to launch in here. Let's keep scrolling and see what we see. Okay. And you know, I like to equate this process to sifting through gold. There's gonna be a lot of bad ideas in here, a lot of sand, but the whole process is here. You scroll through several pages and you're sifting and sifting, and it's all about these gold nuggets that you find. If the ideas were right on the surface, everyone would have found them by now. So the part of the fun of this process is actually scrolling through and finding those ideas that check those boxes we're looking for, finding those ideas that resonate with you. Okay, so we see one idea right here, pork rind crumbs. Look at the fundamentals right here. We see 750 people searching for it a month and about 12,000 Magnet IQ score. That definitely hits the fundamentals, and we see a CPR of 11. Pork rind crumbs. Okay, let's go ahead and click in and see what this is. Cooper's Crumbs. Let's skip past the sponsored listings too and see what we see. pork rind crumbs, pork rind crumbs. And I imagine that people on the carnivore diet are using these as an alternative to breadcrumbs, right? Breadcrumbs obviously don't fit the carnivore diet. The carnivore diet is essentially a meat-based diet where you're cutting out carbs, you have a little bit of fruit, some people allow fruit, and honeys and things like that, but you're cutting out everything. So pork rind crumbs would serve as a breadcrumb alternative. So we see a couple listings, all from this Pork King Good brand, but that's all I see. Pork Panko, we see one more up here. Yeah, I see a couple competitors, but no one that's really targeting the carnivore diet with this. And based on the fundamentals we see here, again, these are amazing fundamentals. 750 searches a month with a almost 12,000 Magnet IQ score and 11 CPR. This is a really easy thing to target. So this has definitely piqued my interest a lot. And this is how we found the start of our idea that we'll be progressing with this week. And we'll go through here and we'll see if we can find some more ideas as we go at it. Let's see, I see a lot of beef tallow things. Again, beef tallow, depending on the avenue, might be a little saturated, but if you figure out a way to go at it, that's good. You can find something there. Again, pork rind crumbs. This is an even bigger search volume. Look at this. 3,300 right here is the search volume. And then a Magnet IQ score of 47,000. That's insane. Now the CPR is a little bit high, but we've already found some other keywords that we can target as our main keywords to hit this one later on as a goal keyword right here. So this is they found a really good idea, right? With you guys basically running this back live from an idea that we found. And let's keep going and see if we see anything else. Carnivore electrolyte powder. This is the product we already sell. This is one of our keywords that we actively target, and we found it via the Magnet IQ tool over a year ago. We found the idea. We saw the search volume, and this shows you the fundamentals right there. We saw it was a good idea. Here's carnivore electrolyte itself, the big keyword that we're targeting. And let's do one more page here before switching it up. Beef organ complex. That's very cool. I don't know how complex of a product this will be to launch, but these powdered beef organs. Let's click in here and see. Okay, capsules right there, amazing. We can see 427 and a Magnet IQ score of over 10 times that at 52 and a CPR of only 8. So this could be a pretty great product to launch if we figured out how to do it. Another super interesting one right here, carnivore chicken flour. I don't know what chicken flour is, but it has really good data here. We have 350 people searching for it a month, a Magnet IQ score of, gosh, almost 3 times that at 9,000, a CPR of only 8. Let's click in to see what chicken flour is because I'm not really sure. Chicken breast flour. We see this company, Carnivore Crisps, doing it right here. Now, I don't know exactly, let's see what's in this product. It might just be like protein flour made with real meat and real salt. That is so interesting. I'll be trying to find a nutrition fact so I can see what this is. But it's got great fundamentals. Clearly, a lot of people are searching for this, and it's a product that could have a lot of success. Let's keep scrolling and see if we see anything else here that might be interesting. Bison tallow, tallow made from bison instead of cow, what it's typically made from. This has great fundamentals. Grass-fed hot dogs, apparently that has great things. I don't know how hard of a product that's going to be to do to ship on Amazon when we're not talking about doing Amazon Fresh or grocery. Wagyu beef tallow, again, great fundamentals right here. Again, we see the the panko pork rind crumbs right here with great fundamentals, the product that we will, based on this data, be moving forward with throughout this week and showing you guys how we do this process completely live. The way to succeed on Amazon is building your own unique brand of a product that you're passionate about, something that does not exist yet, building a powerful brand. You know, consumables are a great product idea because they get repeat business, right? You order it once, you like the product, you order it again and again. You do subscribe and save. And we have, gosh, on Carnivore Electrolytes, I think we have 1,200 people sign up for subscribe and save. And that's people that we know are gonna order every single month. And that number goes up and up every single month, which is great to see. Another great one would be cosmetics. You use shampoo, you run out of it, you gotta get a new one. You subscribe and save. Or any product that you have to order again. So it doesn't have to be a consumable. It could be a cosmetic. It could be something that just runs out. Like, I mean, it's a bad example, but like sandpaper. You use the sheet, you got to order another one, right? Let's run with an idea. I'm trying to think of something. We're going to go with a trend, something that's trending right now that we can put in the Magnet tool that's a non-consumable product. So I don't want to rush into something. I've done pickleball as an example a few times, and we found some great products live in our product research challenge that are now, the videos are available in the course as well. But I want to do something we haven't done before. So I'm trying to think about what are some trending games, some products that are really taking over right now. One of the big ones, well, I've done pickleball so many times, but many of you guys might be familiar with spike ball, and I'd love to just put this in here. Obviously, it's a branded game, so we can't sell directly spike ball, but I want to see what's related. Basically, spike ball is a beach game that's become very popular. You have a spike ball, you spike it on the ground, and anyways, it'd be very hard for me to just explain like this. You're on a team. It's a lot of fun, but it's kind of been taking the world by storm, and it's a very great example of a product that's done super well. But let's see if we can find some related things. Now, this is a little dangerous because spike ball is a trademark brand. We cannot create our own spike ball type product because it's trademark. It's a brand name. It's like creating our own Nike product. We can't do that. However, we can find something that's adjacent, and hopefully the Magnet Accuse tool will be providing us something like that. So we're gonna put in those same filters as before. Again, we're looking for things that are related. And let's start scrolling down. And actually, we're gonna go ahead and put in a word count max of 5. As I see some products like this, summer toys for kids, that's never gonna be a main keyword. I wanna make sure that our keywords aren't getting too long. Paddle Smash outdoor game. I don't know what this is. This might be a branded product. Paddle Smash, it is a branded pickleball style game. Pickleball meets spike ball. That's pretty funny. They've combined 2 trending games into one. Trackball, I don't know what trackball is. Maybe it's a branded game. Let's see. Oh, this is trackball. Okay, that's interesting. So there's trackball game set. This has very good fundamentals right here. 328 people searching for this every month, and Magnet IQ score of about 5,500. Great fundamentals. I do see some products that are already selling here, but how can you make this better and better targeted towards your audience? In fact, this is really the only one that mentions trackball specifically. None of these others say trackball in the names. And although this might be what trackball is, this is the only one that actually says trackball. So actually, let's see what trackball is. I don't really know what trackball is. Let's see. Trackball game. Interesting. I guess it's right. It's with a C, trackball. This is trackball, so very interesting. So yeah, that seems to be a pretty open market right there, as this is the only product that specifically, I think, uses track. This one says trackball, but it's very few and far between. Most of these don't use that as a specific term in their listing. But let's see if we can find something that's better than that. I think we can find a really cool idea here to put to use. Let's keep going. Someone said gardening related products, and I think we'll turn our attention to the black box. Just show some gardening related products in a second. But let's definitely do it. Yard darts. If this is just darts for the yard, then you could totally create a, there we go, like a product like this. This only has a 4-star rating and is ranked #1, and they're doing $40,000 a month selling this product with a 4-star rating. That's crazy. If you created a product that was better than that, you could totally steal this business. Like, look at these fundamentals right here. Yard darts, lawn darts, so many great fundamental numbers there. So that's just showing you some ideas with Magnet. Again, I encourage you guys to get Helium 10 yourself, plug in your ideas, and see how they do. Again, put in these filters, make it easy on you guys, put in the customization, only show these 3, and use that discount code so you can get the best deal available on the internet. It's one of these messages that I sent via Travis's account up here at some point. But I want to turn our attention to the black box tool, because the Magnet tool is just one of many ways to start selling on Amazon, and I'm only going to do one of these because I know Cam is going to be on here later to show black box in a little bit more depth. But someone mentioned in the chat gardening related products. I'm just going to show a little sneak peek of black box. Cam will dive in here more later, but how it works is you go over here, you go to black box tool, click black box, and then we're going to go over to products, and we'll go on the advanced mode. It's called advanced. It's not actually that advanced. And we're going to add in a category or subcategory for what you're looking at doing. I know gardening was mentioned, so let's go ahead and add in patio, lawn, and garden. Let's see. I don't really think we want outdoor decor though. Gardening tools. Let's do that. Let's just leave it at gardening tools and see. So review count, we want to go less than 400 reviews right here. And this will mean these are products that aren't too heavily reviewed where we can still infiltrate. And we want review rating of less than 4 stars. These are products that aren't rated that well, have low reviews. So if we go in and we create a better product, we'll be able to stand out and get more reviews. For instance, if the top selling product is a 4-star product, if we create a 5-star product, we can take all that business away from them. So talking about price right here, we'll go $15 right here, and we'll go $85 right here. This again is the Goldilocks zone of what to sell your product in. $15 less than 15 is, you aren't going to be making that big of a profit margin. $85 is If you sell for more than 85, it's less of a split-second decision. You actually have to consider a product. And Amazon works great with impulse buys. Now, parent level revenue, we're gonna go with 5,000. We want products that are making at least 5,000 and no more than 50. As it's making more than 50, it might just be a little bit too competitive. And this will give us a great range to get started with. We'll go ahead and hit search. And Amazon, basically Helium 10, is going through and finding all the products on Amazon that meet those characteristics. So let's see what we found. Okay, we have this right here. It's a Aerobash 2-in-1 tool set for kids. Okay, super cool. It's doing about 5,600 on revenue a month. So let's go ahead and click in and see what we see. Oh, these are like kids' toys, but for gardening. Very interesting. Well, this product is doing, they have a 3.8 star review on Amazon, and they're still managing to do, as it tells us here, 5,600. So what if we created a product that was 5 stars and we completely outcompete this one right here? I mean, they only have 22 reviews and they're already doing that much in revenue. That's pretty huge. So we can go down here, we can see what people's problems are. The blower broke after 2 days of play. Creating more reliable products. Quit working. If we make these products more reliable, we can sell them for a lot more. The weed whacker works well, but the chainsaw power button broke after 1 day use. Okay. More reliable products. If we solve the issues of the 1-star reviews and release this product, we can do very well with it. So let's scroll around a little bit, find one more idea, and then I want to turn our attention to a couple of different tools. There's a lot of different tools that we can use because these are just a few of many different tools. Swan Decoy Pond Decoration. This product is doing $8,000 a month. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, it is a decoy swan decoration, maybe to deterrent, hunting deterrent. I don't know what this is deterring away, but clearly there's a market for having swans that are lifelike swans. They're selling this product for $50 for these 2 pieces of swans right here. They're selling over 200 a month. Again, we mentioned that they are doing over 8,000 a month in revenue, and they have a 3.8 star rating. So if we can create a 5-star product that solves the same issue, we can steal away their business. So let's see what people's issue is. Hole in swan. They had a hole in one of our swans. That seems like a pretty easy issue to fix. Ducks return anyway. All right, it's for keeping ducks away. I don't know how you're going to solve this issue. That's a pretty funny 1-star or 3-star review, I guess. Too expensive for not to work. Oh, I see. But the big thing is fix the hole. Fix the hole in swan. And you got rid of this 1-star review. We can even sort. We'll sort by just 1-star reviews and see. Don't waste your money. They worked for about a month and the ducks figured it out. These are funny 1-star reviews, but that's just part of selling on Amazon. But again, find product ideas like this. If you dive into Black Box, you can find lots and lots of great ideas like this. Now, I want to turn our attention back to, we were talking about Google Trends a minute ago, about what's trending on here. We were talking about the carnivore diet, the keto diet. Let's go ahead and clear these out. I mentioned pickleball a minute ago, and I've looked up pickleball ideas so many times on our previous product research challenges. It's probably not worth it for me to do it again, but let's just see, like you can see, an idea like pickleball, how much it's trending up. Wow, look at that. Oh, it's peaking. Might even have some more room to grow. Like it probably peaks during summertime, and we're coming up to summer right now, so this year might even be the biggest year for pickleball. And we found a lot of ideas last time we did this. Now, let's just try another. We looked up spike ball a second ago, so let's see that. Let's see how spike ball is doing. It's not really anything compared to pickleball, but let's go ahead and close out a pickleball and see what people say. And interesting, it's very much peaks up during summertime. I wouldn't say this trend's on the up and up either, though. So let's go ahead and close that out, and we can plug in lots of ideas. In fact, it will even tell you some ideas that are really trending right now. We can see rising, or top. Search topics. Let's see what's rising. Yeah, a lot of just generic things here. But if we go to the home trending now, here this page is really good because it will show us what's trending. A lot of these aren't going to be product ideas, but sometimes we'll see something that will say, hey, that's a big trend. We can make something out of that. We can do something with that. But could be some ideas in here. It's always worth checking out, seeing what's going on right now, seeing what you can make happen. Another great place to find trending ideas is on Amazon itself. Now, Amazon will actually tell you what products are doing the best right now. And that's in our, if we go on Amazon, we can go right here. We're going to click on new releases. Oh, bestsellers actually to start out. Bestsellers. These will show us what are the top products in each category that are selling the best. Now, this is great. These products are great. Cool. But these products could be very established. For instance, I see the Stanley Cup. Okay, of course the Stanley Cup's selling. That's a massive brand at this point. Of course, we can't compete with the Stanley Cup. But my favorite tab here is the new releases. And the new releases are showing us what are these products that were released recently that are still selling extremely well. Launched within the past 3 months. So if these are products that were able to break in within the past 3 months and are doing incredible numbers in sales.
Another way is to find keywords or product ideas through trends that are happening currently. And one of my favorite tools or websites is Exploding Topics. And I think, not sure if it's open here, but let's open a new tab and just type explodingtopics.com. So that is one of our favorite tools here, or softwares or websites that you can use to find new trends or trends that are upcoming. And the cool thing about Exploding Topics is that you can subscribe to it to get more premium info. So if you use the free version, you could use it for free. You are kind of limited to what you could do, right? So there are things where you have to upgrade to use the pro version, or you could just use the free version where you're limited to a certain amount of data. And what that means is that when you upgrade, you can actually find data that is like more recent and more accurate. And what that means is that you can find really fresh opportunities that are just beginning to trend. However, with the free subscription, I think it's still great because you still get the similar data of something that's been trending or on the rise. And the way you want to think about product research, and this is a cool analogy that I like to use, is that product research is like digging for mines. It's like trying to find the gold in the mine. And doing that requires a certain level of patience and perseverance as you go through different keywords, through different trends, through different products, until you find that specific gold mine, right? Until you find your gold. So right now I want to show you that on Exploding Topics, I was going through the health category, and I was going through it. I was really, I was using a Google sheet and I was writing down everything. Now, one thing to note, that as you go through the Exploding Topics, there's going to be a lot of stuff that not going to work on Amazon. It could be brand names, it could be products that you cannot sell on Amazon. It could be supplements or medications or certain ingredients that you cannot sell. So not everything you're going to find on Exploding Topics are things that you're going to be able to sell. However, every once in a while, you're going to find something really cool and really interesting. And as I was going through it, there are things, see, as you can see, optimal carnivore. Carnivore is something that is trending. You'll see it often in this category. There's different keywords or trends within the carnivore diet that are trending. As you can see, there are some type of gummies that are trending here. You could use that, and you can see like the rise of that trend. And if you do subscribe, when you click on it, you get more information. And if you do pay for the subscription, you get a bit more information than with the free. But this is just more information for you. Right now, I'm just going to be using the free version. Anyway, I don't want to go through this for a long time. You get the idea of what I'm saying. So what I want to get down to is, as I was going through this, as I was filtering through the product ideas over here, what I found that something that's being searched for is clove water. Now, clove water, I wasn't sure what that is, but when I went online and started researching clove water, I realized that there are doctors, there are people that are in the health industry, in the health lifestyle influencing industry. They are talking about clove water. And I got interested. And so I looked it up in the magnet tool to see if there is a search volume. Well, initially I also went on Amazon, and that's another way to kind of speed up the process, is to go on Amazon and type in the product that you are searching for before you go into the Helium 10 tool. And you can go in here and to see if there is something similar to what you're trying to create. So we can see here, there is essential oil that are made out of cloves. There's a lot of oils. This is just water. It's not clove water. You can see oil. This is like a supplement, mineral support, whole cloves. This is just spices, whole cloves. you're not gonna find clove water. When I looked it up, when I turned online, I found people that are talking about this topic and talking about the benefits of clove water. And to my surprise, there is a healthy search volume for clove water, as you can see here. In the last 30 days, this is what this is what Helium-10 shows you right here. There has been 821 searches for this specific keyword in the last 30 days. And if we click on this, you can see the trend going back to the last year. And you can see there are spikes in the search for clove water. And it's been sustaining a healthy upsurge volume of above 500, let's say, right? It's been over 400. And recently it's been above 500, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like products that have a search volume of over 500 and that you don't see them on Amazon. So it's a cool opportunity. So now the other thing that I want to mention is that when you find a product like this, or when you find a trending topic like this, and to find clove water, you can go in here and find things that are related. So these are related keywords or things that are related to clove water. It could be anything. Here it says clove plant. It could be something else too. Clove essential oil tea, clove oil essential, which we already saw on Amazon, already exist. So I'm not interested in finding that or launching that. So as you can go down here, down this list, you're gonna find products that are similar to clove water, that are trending, that have a good search volume. This is part of an extension part of your product research. This is what I mean by digging or mining for gold. We're teaching you guys the same exact method that we're doing to launch our products. And we're doing it live in front of you. We're literally doing what nobody would do. We're revealing which products we found, which products we're working on, and we're gonna be launching soon. So if anything, give me a thumbs up on that. Give us a thumbs up on that video if you haven't yet. Because believe me when I say nobody's doing this online. Nobody. We're as transparent as it could be. The next thing that I want to talk about, and I know we've been talking about this for a minute, but let's dive into it a little bit differently this time. And I'm going to talk about the black box tool. So black box is another cool tool that you can use if you don't know where to start. If you have no ideas, if you have, you've ran out of ideas, you can't find a trend, you can't find keywords, you could give this a shot in a different way. So the way you filter this is that you want to find products on Amazon that are very low in competition, but they're high in demand. So this is what we are going to do here. We're going to use the filter to find products that are selling on Amazon and they have a bit of demand on them. They have high demand, but there is very low competition to none. Okay, so this is something that's already selling on Amazon, but you're trying to find it and improve it. Okay, so let's do an example here. Let's find something, and the cool thing about it is that you can go category by category, right? So again, you have to be a little bit patient and you have to think about this as if you're mining for gold. Take your time when you do this, but once you find that golden nugget, that's a golden opportunity for you to launch on Amazon and have some revenue. It's amazing. It's never been easier than ever. So let's pick a category. Okay, I'm gonna pick the pet category, and I'm gonna go here and put review count maximum 100. And what that means is that I want to find listings that don't have more than 100 reviews, because if you find listings that have 1,000 reviews or more, then it's very competitive. It's very hard to compete against a listing that has 1,000 reviews, right? So, and people look at reviews right away. But if you find listings that only have up to 100 reviews, it's still quick for you to catch up, especially if it's somebody that's not doing a great job. It could be somebody that has a horrible listing, their product has bad reviews, and they have less than 100 reviews. You come in, you improve the product, you get better reviews, and all of a sudden you're ranked as #1. So that's a great way of doing that. So review count, we're gonna put it as max 100. Our review rating is gonna be maximum 4 stars. We don't wanna find products that are more than 4 stars because we want to have that room to improve it. The next thing we're going to look for are products that are priced between $15 and $80. And the reason we do that is because you don't want to sell something that's too cheap because the profit margins are going to be really low. And you don't want to sell something that's too expensive because then it becomes really expensive to manufacture and really expensive for you to ship it and store it, and for so many reasons. Now there is exceptions to this rule, but for the most part is that you want to sell products that are within this range because as we've done our research, as we've worked with so many people, from our experience, this is the best median for price for products that are making a lot of profits and a lot of sales. You get a lot more sales and a healthy profit margin within that range. The next thing we're going to look for are, we're going to put a filter for products that are, so how do we know these products are high in demand? We're going to put minimum, these products are making $5,000 a month. And that means that these products, that even though they have low reviews, not the best ratings, and they're priced in that price range, they're making at least $5,000 in revenue every month. So that's a good product. That means that product is in demand, but maybe it has low competition. So we'll find out. The next thing is we put here maximum is $50,000 because above that, it could be products that are too big or too complicated or too competitive. And you can play with it, experiment with this and figure out what works best for you, but don't deviate way too much. So the next thing you do is you hit search, and we start getting a bunch of product ideas now. So now if we look here, a few things that you want to look out for. One is that you want to stay away from brands. You want to stay for things that might be competitive too, that are saturated or have a lot of variations. And that's up to you if you decide to create a new variation of, like, for example, a clothing product. I think clothing products are cool and there's so many opportunities there, especially if you're into fashion, if you know how to make things look nice and fashionable, especially with dogs. I live here in California and I know people love to dress their dogs. And if you can come up with cool clothing, it's gonna stick out, right? If you have a sense of fashion and you understand fabrics and you know how to make something that's really gonna stick out, that could be a profitable area to get into. However, there is a lot of variations here, and that's what I mean by variation, is that when it comes to clothing, there could be a lot of listings, different styles, different fashions, right? When you go to the mall, there's so many different stores to choose from. So similarly on Amazon, you want to think the same way. It's as if you're walking in the largest mall in the world and it's online. So similarly here, when it comes to clothing, it could be slightly competitive just because of the variations. However, if you have a good touch of fashion, design, and you can get into it, I know that could be something that you can get into. But let's scroll down and look at something that could be potentially a good product idea. And you can look through these to kind of get an idea of what is something that could be improved or something that might not be saturated. This product has 4 stars. It's making almost $12,000 a month. So I don't know much about horses, but let's take a look at this real quick. It has 3.9 stars, not great. 88 reviews. It's selling for 46 products, $46. It's making $13,000 in revenue a month. This is the 30-day revenue. And what we could do is we can go down here, and if you have the Helium 10 Chrome app, or what, I don't know what you call it, you can have this on your Amazon listings, which is kind of cool, and you can see the profitability calculator. So this is something that Helium 10 has, and it can show you how profitable a product is. And this is something that I want to talk about because a lot of people, when they find a product, they don't consider if the product is profitable or not. And unfortunately, oh, I don't know what just happened. Something is up with the Helium 10 tool today. I don't know what's going on. It should have populated. But if you saw it, and you can go back in the video, I saw it, the profit margin of the product was 36%, which is a very healthy profit margin. I think anything above 25 to 30% and above is a healthy profit margin. This product had a 36% profit margin. And what that means is that out of the $13,000 that was selling, what's 1/3 is about a little over $4,000 is profit on this product, and maybe subtract the price of the product itself. Let's say that's another 25% of the selling price of the profits, and that takes you down to, if you're left with 4,000, that takes you down to 3,000. Let's say it's $1,000 the price of goods. So that gives you $3,000 of net profits. That's not bad. That's still pretty good. That's plenty of money to spend on advertising or replenishing your inventory and whatnot. And this is not a great listing, guys. And they are selling over 50 units a month. This is not bad. If this is your first product, like, how cool is that? But one thing I want you to see that is kind of cool about Helium 10 is that you can go here. Now, we found this product, for example, as an example. I'm not saying this is the perfect product because there's still more work to do, but this is just the beginning. So once you find this product, you go back to Helium 10, you go to the Cerebro tool. What the Cerebro tool does is that you copy the ASIN and you put it into the Cerebro tool. The Cerebro tool is going to do, it's going to show you the keywords that are being used to find this specific listing. And the Cerebro tool is great for PPC. It's great for other purposes when you're wanting to optimize your listing. And we use it here as well to validate product ideas. And one of them is that you want to see how much search. Look at this. There is 400 search volumes on horse fly sheets with neck. That's another idea, right? Because this product that we found here, I don't think it has oh, it does have a neck. So pay attention. This is how you find different ideas, because people might be searching for specific things about this product. So here we see that it have a 400 search volume, which is not bad. That's amazing. There's 400 people a month searching for this product. And let's go. Okay, so it goes down and up in volume. So for some reason now, this could be a seasonal product, because you can see in the beginning of the year it's high, maybe because it's during the winter season, and then it's low during the summer season. So this could be something that's used highly in the winter season, which is fine. This is maybe a more of a seasonal product, but that's something to learn, and you can only learn that. Obviously, if you work with horses and you're passionate about horses, you might know that already intuitively, but I didn't think about it because I don't. And looking at the data, it kind of helps you get some insight on that, and it helps you kind of see, like, okay, this could be a seasonal product, which is not bad at all. It's still a great product. We can see the IQ score is double to triple the search volume, which is really, really important. So this is what I want you to do. So when you find a product idea, we found it on Blackbox. We put it in Cerebro to confirm that this has some kind of search volume. This has a high search volume, and people are searching for this product, and it has a high IQ score, which by Helium 10, IQ score just means this is a product that people organically search for and they buy. So it confirms the search volume surge that's on Amazon. Look here, horse volume sheet. It has a 400 search volume for this keyword, and the IQ score is double. So that's another keyword that's really great. So again, if you find this product and you can improve it, you could potentially compete with these sellers.